Hi everyone, my name is Ellie and I'm an onboarding specialist here at 1Password. Welcome to a short video which is going to teach you how to sign up to your team's 1Password account. So to get started today, you want to check your work email inbox. You should have received an email invite to join, or one could be arriving shortly. This is going to be how you're going to sign up to your account, so search for 1Password, possibly in your main inbox or in your spam. Once you have found your invite, select your invite and choose Join Now, and it's going to take you to the first stages to creating your account. Now to get started, you'll have to type out your name, so type out your first as well as last name, and if you'd like to be part of our newsletter, check the box over here and you can always unsubscribe at any time. Choosing Next, you're going to be asked to choose an account password for your 1Password account. Keep in mind, this is going to be the one password that we want to memorize. So when you're choosing this information, be sure to choose something that is long as well as strong and random to ensure for maximum security, but we also want to make this memorable. To help with this account choosing process, you might want to use something like a passphrase, a joke, a song lyric, or maybe a line of poetry. Once you have chosen your account password over here, go ahead and type this out twice just to confirm those details. And choose Next. For this next step, some teams might choose to do this differently, so check in with your internal best practices to see if it's necessary to download your emergency kits. If your team has requested for you to download this document, select Download over here, and you'll want to be sure to save this in a safe location. To quickly review your emergency kits, as you can see, they'll be sent to the download section of your device, so if you're not sure where that might have been saved after you signed up, check your downloads and it might have been saved in there. Now to review your emergency kits, these are great to hang on to because they contain, first of all, your sign-in address. This will always take you right to the login page of your 1Password account, so a great link to bookmark. You've also got your email, which is what you signed up with, as well as a secret key over here. Now, don't worry, you're not going to be asked to memorize this or supply this upon each and every time you log in. However, you will need this information when you sign into 1Password on a new device or a new browser. If your team has chosen for digital storage for these emergency kits, this makes it very easy to copy and paste your secret key if you're downloading 1Password into the apps or signing in on a different browser. Now, coming back to the space here to write down your account password, the best guarantee that this information is safe is if it is memorized. We recommend not writing down your account password so that you only have one space for this password, which is in your memory. If you do ever forget this, however, you can always be recovered. So with that in mind, it's a good idea never to write down your account password and reach out to your administrators if you ever lose this emergency kit or if you forget your password. Towards the bottom of these emergency kits, there's also a QR code. These are really helpful to add your account details to our mobile apps. So once you have saved your emergency kit, and again, be sure to check in with your team for best practices while saving these documents, your team might have enabled another security feature here called two-factor authentication. Now, if your team doesn't have this step, feel free to skip forward. However, this might be an extra security feature that your administrators have chosen. For this step, you'll need to download either a Chrome Authenticator app, Microsoft Authy, or as well as Duo. Be sure to check in with your team for the best practice for an authenticator app here. Setting this up, I have my Chrome Authenticator handy. I need to scan the QR code which is in front of me on this screen, so I'll do this here now. If that QR code is not working for you, there we are. You can also use the number just below to enter the secret. Selecting Next over here, it's going to ask you to enter the code that we have here on your Chrome Authenticator, so do this now before the time runs out, and select Confirm. Be sure to keep those Authenticator apps handy because you're going to need them one more time before we sign in. Alright, so choosing from this page, you can click Learn How to Get Started from here, and we're going to choose Sign In from the top right. I find this is the easiest way to find the login page from here. Choosing your account from the list, This is going to be the last time we have to type out our account password, so go ahead and do this now. You might also, taking a quick pause before we log in, have this notification here to save your account password into the program. Now, this is actually something we don't recommend doing, as this is sort of like putting the keys inside of the safe. And again, we don't want that account password written down anywhere. To remove that suggestion, it might also be hiding something that you need underneath. Choose Escape on your keyboard and it hides that for you. Choosing Sign In, this is what your 1Password account is going to look like for you. You'll notice that you have a couple of boxes here in front of you. This first one, labeled Private, is available to you. However, these shared vaults have been grayed out. This is a security feature for our team. We have to have an administrator actually confirm our membership before we can see any team vaults. Now, to answer the question before we wrap up today, what are vaults? Vaults inside of 1Password, as you will notice when you get started, are encrypted containers for you to store your items inside of. This private vault over here is automatically available to you, and it's a great place to store things like your work passwords that we don't want anyone to see. It truly is private. Not even owners or administrators in your account can see inside of this private vault. To return back to your home page, use the giant home button at the far left-hand side, and I'll show you what it looks like once you are confirmed into your account. As an administrator, I'll do this in the background, and that should give me access to all of my team vaults. Before I even need to refresh my page, immediately we can see these other containers, which have been assigned to me based on my role at my company. Now, that's been a quick overview of how to get started with 1Password signing up to your account.